Holly, we were just about to get into really the future of journalism. Your point being before the break that all of these subsidies for all of these years really has not in any way saved the journalism model that was in decline. Maybe let's expand on that a little bit.
One of the presuppositions of C-18 is that this cruel circumstances of internet disruption has robbed us of our business model.
Mm.
Well, not exactly. The the management of our industry made a calculated judgment that they were going to shotgun their content across the internet for free under the hope and a prayer that somehow they would be able to remunerate in some other way, or that would bring some benefit to them. Well, that hasn't happened. And how do we know that they have given up on that? In that, in the last decade, the middle of the last decade, some of our major news organizations, the Globe, the Star, imposed a paywall. A paywall, said Blacklocks in 2012. So this is where the industry is headed. Government and tech can't save us. We have to retool our businesses. Our newsrooms have to get smaller, tighter, more focused. If you are a municipal paper, why not be the best municipal paper you can be with a focus on City Hall? Why are you operating a bureau in Ottawa, for instance? Why do you have a sports department? In a way, it's a little like Eaton's department store, isn't it?
Mhm.
Now, you might say, well, I want my one-stop shop. But 100 years ago, it wasn't like that. Canada was awash in independent news outlets that focused on different communities, specific issues. They served their readers. And I think that's where we're going. And some will succeed and get bigger, and some will fail. This is what we have to accept. Now, the thing is, somebody smarter than me said to me once, I think you can be small and get big. You can't be big and get small.
Mm.
These newsrooms are carrying too much burden with newsprint, newsrooms, union scale. And believe me, I'm not an advocate of sweatshops. I would like to see all journalists paid well, but we're retooling. So it means you start from the bottom and work up and speak to the viewers and find something they'll pay for. Have something to sell.
No, I think that's really important. Now, I want to get your reaction to one of the arguments the heritage minister and the federal government has been using, which is that, and I'm using perhaps some air quotes here, intervention will save democracy. So they've tied it to the future of our democracy. How do you react to that?
This is another one of the misleading parts of C-18 is going to save democracy. Well, we have like an eighth of the number of media organizations in Canada that we used to have in that time I was speaking of. Is our democracy any worse off for it?
Mm-hmm.
We have fewer people go to church, fewer people belong to unions. Is our democracy any worse off for those things? What we want is good product, good journalism. That's what democracy is, not a phalanx of products that people don't want or won't pay for, but are supporting through tax dollars. I mean, it's painful. I get it, Tony. But the thing is, we have to retool, and the idea that democracy is at stake. Well, let's take a look at that for a minute. What has the heritage minister said? He has said, uh, Melanie Joly, previous to him, said, I want to be held to account. Hold me to account. Minister Rodriguez said, ask me the tough questions. I want the tough questions. Well, then when the tough questions come over hiring an anti-Semite in the Department of Heritage, or the tough questions come over China interference, it's nothing but block and obfuscate. The day we hold them to account, what do we hear as journalists? We hear that story is false. They can't have it both ways.
All right.
Democracy isn't the good news. Democracy, government accountability, I'm sorry, is bad news. We sell bad news.
We've got 20 seconds left. Are you hopeful that Blacklock's model will work for you and other publishers?
We're still here against all odds. Nobody thought we would. Even I've had people in government MPs' offices say, we can't even believe you're still here.
Wow.
Why are we still here? Because we are selling something people want to buy. And I understand that not everybody can afford the price. So we'll just focus on those who will.
Sure.
What's wrong with that? So I think, look at the Globe.
Yeah.
When they had SNC Lavalin, they had a bump in subscriptions, and I bet you it's happening now with China interference. Good on them.